in the forgotten mountains of Eastern Asia, where maps begin to fade, and even satellite scans refuse to reveal what lies beneath the trees, there exists a temple that villagers have feared for centuries. A temple they say is alive. A temple they say is watching. A temple known only as the Shrine of 13 Eyes. Welcome to Tales of the Dark. And if the shadows begin to shift around you while listening, it's already started paying attention. The first recorded mention of the temple appeared in a journal, dated 1624. It was written by a traveling monk. Just a single, chilling entry. The earth opened, and the eyes began to wake. No further explanation, just that one sentence. For centuries that followed, local villagers avoided the mountain entirely. No hunting, no farming, no paths were ever carved into its slopes. They claimed the temple called two people softly at first, like a whisper carried by the wind, and the whisper always said the same thing. Look at me. Those who heard it, those who answered its call, simply vanished. Fast forward to 1998, a team of 5 archaeologists from 3 different countries arrived to explore the region. They were scientists, explorers, driven by logic and fact. They didn't believe the legends. They said that stories couldn't stop science. The local villagers tried to warn them. Some even begged them not to go, pleading with them to turn back. One elderly woman, her face etched with a lifetime of fear, said a sentence that investigators still reference today. Each time someone enters, the number grows. When they asked what number she meant, she just pointed at her own face. Her fingers slowly traced her eyes. Then she whispered 13. Always 13. The expedition trekked through a dense, almost impassable forest for 2 days before they found it. A sunken stone structure, half swallowed by massive roots in dark earth. It wasn't on any map. It wasn't listed in any historical archive. It wasn't supposed to exist. The entrance door was a massive slab of stone, carved with 13 faces. All of them were identical, expressionless, with deep, hollow eye sockets. But, as they got closer, they realized something was deeply wrong. There weren't 13 faces. There were 14, and the newest face, the one that looked out of place, looked disturbingly human, modern, as if it had been freshly carved. One of the archaeologists, his voice trembling, said, It looks like one of us." They went inside anyway. Within the first hour of exploring the dark, silent corridors, team member Dr. Orellana stopped dead in her tracks. She whispered to the others that she felt something breathing on her neck as she passed a wall. Not air, she insisted. Not a draft of wind. It was breathing. A few minutes later, their audio logs picked up footsteps. But when they counted, only 4 of the team members were walking. The 5th set of footsteps seemed to echo just behind them, a constant, unseen companion. And then, there was the voice. A disembodied whisper, caught on tape. When they replayed the audio later, the whisper was clearer than any of their own recorded voices. It said, "Look at me." On the second night, exhausted and unnerved, the team made camp just outside the temple entrance. Only 4 of them woke up the next morning. Dr. Jensen was gone. There was no sign of a struggle. No footprints leading away from the camp. His gear was completely untouched. His flashlight was still on, casting a lonely beam into the dark woods. The only clue they found was this. The face on the temple entrance had changed again. That newest carving, the 14th face, now looked exactly like Dr. Jensen. Terrified but determined to find out what happened to their colleague, the remaining 4 entered deeper into the temple. They discovered a central chamber, its walls lined with 13 carved faces each, with glittering gemstone eyes that must have once shone bright in the torchlight. But one stone eye was missing. The socket was empty, and around it were fresh scratches, gouges in the stone, like someone or something had just recently pried it out. As they leaned in to examine the empty socket, their torches began to flicker one by one, plunging them into darkness. A cold wind rushed through the chamber, extinguishing the last flame. And from the blackness, Their camera captured one final, terrifying message. A single phrase whispered in unison from all 13 faces. You looked. The footage ends there. Everything after that is reconstructed from later investigations. Part 2 begins seamlessly. Subscribe to Tales of the Dark before the eyes open for you. To the naked eye, the entrance was just a dark, empty archway carved into the mountain. It was silent, still, and completely unremarkable. The footage showed faces, not one or two, but dozens, maybe hundreds of them, shimmering just beneath the surface of the stone. They were layered over one another, like ghostly images burned into the rock itself, and they were blinking. Some of the faces looked ancient, with features from long-forgotten civilizations. Others looked shockingly modern, their expressions twisted in terror. And then, one face did something that made the technicians monitoring the feed scramble backward. It turned and looked directly into the camera, not at the lens, but through it, as if it was staring right into the soul of the person watching. The technicians reported feeling a wave of intense vertigo and nausea, a sickening feeling of being observed from the inside out. The official investigation stalled, but the stories didn't. Local villagers, who had warned against approaching the temple for generations, shared their own chilling beliefs. They insisted the temple doesn't just stay in one place. It follows people. It reappears in new locations, sometimes hundreds of miles away.